Ladies and gentlemen, welcome all of you with an Indian greeting. Namaste, India. So today we have a guest named Vedo. So Vedo, please introduce yourself.
Okay. First of all, my name is Mitoko. You can call me Mido. I'm from Ethiopia, and I'm learning in school right now. Is in high school. I'm grade 11 student right now. And so I'm trying, to go neighbors, like neighbors countries, which are American British. So I'm learning in school, but after finishing my school, I'll go American. That's my future plan, and then I'm learning is English right now. So that's all my traditions.
Okay, great. So like when did you start learning English language?
Okay, I've started learning English, since especially for 4 years. I'm learning school, the school right now. But English is so, like it's wide and a lot of hard and difficult language to learn, especially if you're, learning that language as second language. But if you try to learn day and night without learn, without giving, never giving up, if you try to, make yourself fluent, you'll achieve your English so fast.
Yeah, that's true. I totally agree with you. And as you said that you have been learning for last 8 years, like so what are the difficulties have you faced so far in order to learn English language? I just want to know the difficulties that you have faced.
Yes, there's a lot of difficult when I'm learning English, especially to understand native speakers when they speak so fast. As makes crazy. Like okay, when you learn English, you can understand native speakers when they speak so fast. So, but this was my great difficult when I'm learning English. But I'm trying to make my English so fast, and I'm trying to make speak like native speakers. But to solve this problem, the first thing you should try practice day and night without never giving up, right?
Okay, so like your intention is to speak like a native speaker because they speak very fast, even though sometimes I'm not able to understand it. All the time I look at, on the subtitles and then I get to know what they are speaking. But in the same way, what I'm able to observe in your conversation, whatever you're speaking, you are also a little bit fast. I mean, you try to speak little bit fast, or it's a kind of your natural way of speaking. What is that?
Yes, that's especially my that's when I speak my first language. Also, I speak so fast, but in English, that's being fluent means generally you have to understand. Being fluent means not speaking fast, but being fluent means ignoring errors that you're making you speak. When you write when you read. But a lot of people told that being fluent means speaking so fast. That means generally is not true. But when you're learning it, when you're learning English, you should practice like speak like native speakers to make your sound more natural. But this is not generally about learning English, but making your sound more natural. Like listening to native speakers when they speak. Generally, that's you should not choose this one. But speaking so fast means not native speakers, right? Not being native speakers.
Yeah, exactly. And you also told that in your native language, you also speak very fast. At the same time as you are talking in English language, so you are following the same structure that you would, follow in the past in your native language. And right now, you are focusing, I mean, towards your English language, and you just want to try to be a native speaker. And but I have a question for you because like native speakers have been speaking English language for since their childhood because they've been born and brought up in that kind of society where English is spoken, but you are not born in that kind of society where English is spoken, right? So what is your main goal? To be fluent in English language or to be clear speaker or better articulate speaker of English language? What do you need? I mean, do you put things like there are two things, the fluency and the clarity. What do you pick in both of them?
Okay, that's great and very interesting question. when you learn English, there are, two changes as you mentioned already, right? Being, native speakers means I've just, mentioned already, but being native speakers means, it doesn't mean like making difficulty in, your listener or in your audience. I understand. But, as depend on education, I like to be clearer speaker, right? Rather than like, native speakers. Generally, if you are speaking like clear for your audience, for your friend, your partners, generally you're speaking like native speakers. Doesn't mean speak so fast as generally native speakers. I like to make my sound more natural. Means I like to, make my sound more clear in my audience, right?
Okay, we do. I have a request for you. Please try to speak little bit loud because sometimes I'm not able to hear your voice clearly. So try to speak aloud. So that would be better for me to understand it. Okay. So, what is the one thing that you struggle in English language while having a conversation with anyone? It's not about only native speakers because I am from India. It's not my native language, right? So whenever you interact with anyone from any country and when you have a conversation in English language, so there would be a lot of time when you get stuck. At the time, what do you do? Like, do you skip that part, or just do you take pause and try to think about that topic, or the question, or the answer? What do you exactly do?
Okay, I don't get your main idea because that's our main arguments. Can you can you repeat your question?
Okay, sure, sure, definitely. Why not? So, like, whenever I'm asking, whenever you connect with anyone from any country, suppose right now you are having a conversation with me and I am from different country, right? And my accent would be different. My process of thinking would be very different. My way of speaking is very different. Okay. And suppose we are having a conversation on a particular thing and suddenly you get stuck while speaking. I mean, you are blank. The words are not coming to your mind, right? And you don't know how to take the conversation forward, how to speak now. At the moment, when you get stuck, what do you use? Which method do you use to the take to conversation forward, to take the conversation forward? Which method do you use?
Okay, that's cool. Okay. As you can see, I've met a lot of people from, different world, especially it's like Asian men or from India, from Pakistan, Uzbekistan. A lot of people I've met already. Okay, that's great thing. That's okay. Difficult when I, meet with a lot of, people. First, I don't get their accents and their method of speaking, and that was my difficult. But when I made the steps of problem and I face this, I think, how can I solve this problem? Especially when I get that's very that's difficult accent to understand. Especially when you get people from American, you get like nervous to understand their main idea because they speak so fast, their accent so different from you. But you should, be confident. When I meet a lot of people from different world, the first thing that I do is, being confident in front of your partner. So first, I gain confidence, and then I think, how can I speak? How can I continue our conversation with this guy or something? So then I try to understand their main idea, and I try to understand their feeling, what they probably speak and something else. Then I'll continue my conversation with them. First, I understand their accent, and then if it is some problem that makes difficult to understand, generally I stay like confident, and I try to understand their accent and their main idea. Then I'll give feedback for them.
Okay, great. So, do you also use the translation method from your native language to English anytime?
Okay, probably I've never made this absolute problem just because translating their language or their ideas. Just never.
Okay, so like when it comes to language, any language, so there are four parts in language, right? The first one is writing, reading, listening, and speaking part. So, which one is your favorite one?
Especially like my favorite one is speaking. Rather than writing and reading.
Okay, so why do you think that speaking part is the most beautiful thing for you rather than writing, reading, and listening? Why do you think so that yeah, this is the main thing that I like about, I love about? I mean talking about speaking part. Why do you think so?
Okay, for you
For you,
about speaking.
yeah, I'm asking a question. As you said that speaking part is good for me, I believe so that you told that. On the other side, there are three segments as well, like the writing, reading, and listening. But you prefer, selecting, you're selecting speaking part. Why is it so that you are selecting only speaking part rather than selecting other parts like writing, reading, and listening? Why is it so?
Okay, that's cool. That's the main reason why I select English is because speaking because I am more interested to speak so as like native speaker. That was my great ambition to get like fluent speaker. So why the reason why I am choosing this one.
Okay, so your ambition is to be a great or fluent speaker, like a native speaker. So, do you have any favorite native speakers that you listen to
Yeah.
anywhere?
Yes, I have, my favorite one is, do you know Mr. Muddy in YouTube?
Mr. Money.
Muddy, yeah, Mr. Muddy, he is, my,
Okay.
lovely
Yeah, I'll
Lucy.
check it out. By the way, I don't have any idea about. Maybe I might have watched, but I don't know exactly the name of that person. Maybe I'll search it out after this conversation. Definitely, I'm gonna check it out. Let's see what is your choice. Then I'll get to know. Okay, great, great.
Yeah,
And apart from that person, do you have any other person that you like about in your country? Is there any speaker who comes from your country and who speaks very good English language?
yes, in my country, I have, that's my language is Mr. Abi or Mr. Mahari. That's these two guys are my, favorite one.
Okay. So who are they exactly? Like they are only English speakers or are they businessmen or any artist? Who are they?
Okay, they are English teacher because they're generally they are teachers. They are teaching English right now.
Okay, great. So right now, are you preparing something? Are you doing something? Because as I can see that you're looking at something else.
Yes, generally I'm a student and I gonna study right now. And okay because I gonna get study right now and I'm preparing my books to read right.
Oh, great. And which subject are you studying right now? Oh my God, English, extreme English.
Yeah.
So you are, literally focused about English language and literally passionate about it. I really appreciate, I really admire your hard work that you are, while having a conversation with me, you are also reading something about English. Like I like it. I like the way, like in reality, I haven't bought a single book of English language. Even though my father bought two books for me, it was all about grammars books. So by the way, I've already read both the books few years ago, like in the pandemic, like in COVID, right? At the time I read those books and that was very helpful books for me. But nowadays I'm just reading different types of book. It's not about English language, but it those books are in English language that nowadays I've been reading. So nowadays I'm just focusing on philosophy. So nowadays I'm reading those books. Yeah, but let's see what happens like in the future, because I have a plan to read fiction books. Some biography. There are so many people that I have to read about their. I mean, I have to read their books about their life. So let's see what happens. Okay, great. So right now, like I can ask a lot of question, or like, do you have to go right now?
Okay, probably, I like to ask you some questions.
Okay, like, do you want to ask or should I ask?
I'll ask you.
Yeah, sure, sure. Please go ahead.
Okay, the first thing, as you can see, your English, generally your English teacher, and then you're, making yourself more natural. But why you are learning English so, all right, like this one? The
Okay,
reason why.
actually, there is no one particular reason to learn English language. There are so many reasons. There's a reason I'm focusing on English language. The first reason, like in the past, I was working in a company that was I was in a junior process in the same company. There were two processes. The one is junior and the second one is senior process. So in senior process, they were looking for a person who speaks good English language, who understands and a good English language. But at the time, I was not able to speak good English. I was not able to understand English language. So I decided to learn English language so I could get a job in that process, like in a senior process, right? So my intention is to learn English language to get a good job in the good company, in the reputed company in the future. So that's the reason I am focusing on communication skill, especially in English language. And the second thing is that recently I also started a YouTube channel. It's been 5 months, I would say. I've been creating content in English language. So what I do, where I create English conversational videos like we are doing right now. So I invite different people from different countries like you, who are also passionate about English language. So I communicate with them. So for that, I literally need good English language. If I have a good English language, they will definitely join my podcast like you, and I will be able to convey my thoughts, my ideas, whatever I do in my life. If I am able to do it, definitely they will also learn something. And through my content creation journey, if I'll upload a lot of videos about English conversational, so definitely there are so many people who are also learning English language, but they are really afraid to face the camera. Like, you are so much confident, you can easily face the camera, you are so much confident, right? But there on the other side, there are people who are not able to face the cameras. So what I do on behalf of them, I create a video, conversational videos, and upload on social media. So through that, they watch my content and also learn how to talk with strangers, how to take the conversation forward, how to lead the conversation, what type of question should we ask, with the strangers, with our guests. So they also get to know a lot of things through my content creation journey. So there are two reasons that I have been focusing on, uh, you know English language. I'm learning, I'm improving, getting better day by day. I'm polishing my English. And these are the two reasons. And the third reason, that I'm literally interested in stock market, and I have been learning about stock market for a couple of years. So my future plan is to make people financially independent. But for that, I need English language, because I will have to teach them. And I'm gonna target different people from different countries, and the English is the language that are spoken everywhere in every country. So this is the medium of communication for me, to convey my message, to convey my teaching ideas, whatever I have learned throughout my life. So if I have good English, definitely I will be able to teach them easily. So these are the three reasons, I would say, the main reason I'm focusing on English language. And the fourth reason, I would say, because I also like talking to strangers. I just want to know the culture of other countries people, like you are also from different countries. So if I will have a kind of idea, I mean, what happens in your country, whether whether it's about culture, lifestyle, education, I mean, like the politics. If I have a kind of idea, or in the future, if I come to your country, so I will have a good knowledge about your country, and I will be able to stay in your country easily. But for that, I need English language, because through English language I will be able to gain the knowledge from you, because I don't know your native language, right? It's really hard to learn your native language or any other native language. But English is spoken in your country as well. As you are also a good speaker, you are also learning English language, so you will be able to convey about your country, what are there. So these are the four reasons I would say I've been focusing on my communication skill, especially in English.
Okay, that's cool. I've learned a lot of things from you, your reason. Okay, some reason is share with me. Okay, that's good. Okay, go ahead. You education.
My education, when it comes to my education, to be honest, I have done only BCom. BCom is like a commerce, like accounting, if you have any idea about it. After completion of my graduation in BCom, like commerce, I didn't do further study, to be honest. But I wanted to do engineering, but due to some financial crisis in the past, I couldn't do it. So finally, I did. I end up doing BCom, like commerce. So that's all about my educational background.
That's cool. No way you can ask me. All right, I'm here.
Okay, I can ask a lot of questions now.
Yes, you can. Why not?
Okay, great. So I just want to know, as you are saying that you have been learning English language for last 8 years. So what about your educational background? Are you studying? Have you been studying since your childhood in English medium or in your native language medium?
Okay, that's cool. Generally, to give you like what's the reason I'm learning English? I've mentioned already, but generally there is my academical. In our country, Ethiopia, we're learning English, so that's cool as well as you are learning, and as you mentioned already. But in our country, Ethiopia, we are learning in school that's English as the general language, and our education, checking this language generally. If I am learning English, as the first thing I mentioned already, that's my plan to go like native, like native countries, especially my neighbor countries and near countries. That's my the first reason. Generally, my academically, that's good.
Okay, great. Like what I can see, like you have wearing a kind of a symbol of Christ Jesus, like Lord Jesus, right? So it seems that you are a Christian. So I have a question for you. Can I ask? Yeah.
Yes, you can.
Okay. So I believe that you are a believer of God, right? Because you're wearing a symbol of it. I mean, right?
Yes, generally,
So
I'm generally
so like
Christian.
what is the purpose of worshiping a God? What is the purpose?
Okay, it's crazy question. Okay, let's worry. Okay, being believing in our God is cool because of us generally without God I can't survive generally because God is my creator, God is my server, my protector of the world, and then I'll achieve if him and when I'm worshiping him. Generally that's all. I hope so you have like religion generally.
Yeah, I'm a Hindu.
Okay, okay. Can you mention me there's a difference between Hinduism and Christianity?
Like, what do you want to know the difference between?
Okay, if that's good, I will accept.
Okay, like there is a lot of difference between like Hinduism and Christianity, because like in Christianity, like what I think and what I observed and what I realized, because in Christianity you guys believe in only one God, that is Lord Jesus. That, I mean, like, you believe in only one God, right? If I'm not wrong. But in Hinduism, in our religion, there are so many gods. So many gods means so many gods. There is no counting. Even though I don't know a lot of name about my gods. So we Indians, we Hindu, especially Hindu people, we believe in several gods. Yeah. So this is the biggest difference between the Christianity and the Hinduism. Apart from that, you guys also believe in. Do you guys believe in worshiping an idol?
Okay, yes, that's good.
So do you believe? Do you Christians? I mean, do Christians believe worshiping a idol like a statue Do you believe in that?
Generally, that's our main reason. As when you're Christianity, that's mean believe it that I do. That's okay.
Okay, great. So we like in Hinduism, we also believe in that, and and the idealism, like we worship idol. So that is in our culture, that is in our, that have been taught by our ancestors, our parents, our old, you know uh, generations. So they have been taught us to worship a god in a form version, like in idol version. Is there is a kind of image we have to worship. And so like in Christianity, do you guys go to church every day, or there is a specific day where you go when you go?
Yes, I go to church back in 14, especially, I like, 4 times in a day. But first, I have to mention your first idea, when you're learning an ideal. That's what, generally, that's not our basic doctrine. When you're Christianity, believing in ideal, that makes, not mean, that's not our basic doctrine, but let use the Bible, our Jesus Christ, gave for us. But on the whole, when I see your country, especially a lot of people in India believe in Mexico, like makes yoga and okay, that's all. But
Yeah.
in our religion, that's not the basic doctrine, but we are believing in it. But okay.
Okay, great. And in Christianity is I'm talking about the alcohol. Alcohol. Do you know alcohol?
Okay,
Drink.
like
Is it
okay, okay.
prohibited? Is it prohibited in your Christianity in your country?
Yes, yes,
Yes, it's prohibited,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay. Great, great, lovely. So okay, so I just want to know more about your thought process. How do you think if I give you a hypothetical situation? So, can I ask a kind of questions in which you have to think and you have to answer according to your thought? Can I ask?
Yes,
Okay.
generally you're psychologically okay. You'll affect me, but I'm here. You can go.
Okay, great. So you have to listen to my question carefully. I will try to make it in a very simple. I will put the question in a very simple manner. So right now it's a
Okay.
Saturday and you are a working professional. Okay, you go to office every day, but Saturday and Sunday you get off from your office. So you have 2 days weekend, right? And you are married, you have a wife, okay? And right now it's Saturday morning, and your wife is pressurizing you. The reason she is pressurizing or insisting you because she wants to buy some clothes, clothes, and she is telling you to buy clothes for her, and she's telling you that let take me. You have to take her to the mall to buy a clothes, okay, whatever she wants. So now you take her to the mall. Once you entered into the mall, you see a lift elevator, okay. So you and your wife starts going towards that elevator, a lift, and you both gets into that lift, and you press the close button of the door. So and also you press the fifth floor because the close so market is on the fifth floor, and you are right now at the ground. You are on the ground floor, right? You just pressed five, okay. And just when close press the close button of the door, the elevator's door starts closing, okay. But suddenly you saw a girl, approach that gate. A beautiful girl, a gorgeous lady is coming towards the same elevator where you are right now, you both right now.
Okay.
In that situation you get shocked because you have never ever seen such a beautiful girl in your life. She is the only one that you are seeing right now. And now you just forget about your wife. You forget everything. You are just thinking about the girl that is she that is coming towards the lift, and she also wants to get into the lift, right? And so what do? You just reclose the but I mean press the button of the elevator, and the door starts to open, and then lady comes into the elevator. And now you don't know that you just forget everything that you are with your wife. Okay, she's staring at you, but still you are not looking back to her. You are not looking at your wife. But what you are doing, you are looking at the lady, a gorgeous girl, very carefully. I mean, and then a lady presses the fourth floor because you want to get on the fifth floor, but the girl that has come right now, she wants to get on the fourth floor. Okay, so once she enters into the elevator, and she press the button of the door, and the door close. Okay, the door closes, and when the fourth floor comes, she gets out of that elevator, and you also starts following her, and you forget everything. And suddenly your wife calls you, "Hey Devo, where are you going?" Okay, and you got shocked. I mean, like, you realize that, oh my god, what am I doing? And then your wife starts scolding you and starts fighting you at the elevator, and she says to you, "Let's go to home. I don't want to do shopping." And after that conflict, you took your wife to your home, and now you are at home right now. And now she's so angry at you. She's not going to talk to you, and now you have to convince her. But you don't have to convince physically, you have to convince her with your words, with your mouth, with your expression, with your emotions. So how would you handle that situation? How would you convince your wife in that situation?
Okay, generally this is psychologically that's your thoughts on and how can I understand your main idea. But I get you. Okay, the first thing I should do is so being calm, generally, make ourselves so easy for my wife. Then I'll explain how the thing is happen in that way. So the first thing, generally, leave other things. I'll apologize here.
Uh, okay. Is somebody next to you? Like, somebody was laughing. Like, are you alone
Yeah.
right now?
Yes, they are my my friend is we study together.
Okay. I want to see who's that. Who's that?
انت ماشي قصدنا ولكن بخصوص العلم برجع في قلبي الله
Okay.
صار لنا
Actually, I don't know whether
they
she's
are
girl or a boy. Like, laughing a lot. I'm listening a lot. I'm hearing.
they can
Okay. Let it
okay
be. Yes.
my dear I shall go because I'll study right now.
Okay. So right now you like to wrap up this conversation, right? Okay. So thank you so much for joining us. And I know you have shared a lot of insight about your life, about English, and the question that I ask you right now. And maybe in the future, we will again connect, and we'll enjoy the conversation. Thanks a lot. Thanks again joining me on my podcast. Bye. We'll meet in the future.
Okay, thank you for your guys
Yeah,
see
it's
me and
my
then I say
it,
thank you for your students and for your followers. Well,
okay. It's my pleasure that you joined my podcast. Literally enjoy the conversation, and I'll be looking forward to the next conversation in the future. Till then, take care, keep learning, never ever skip a single day of learning. Bye.